Yo, peace and blessings to everybody today. It's time to hop back in mode, get in touch with the Lord, speak on His word, and we're going to keep it going. Today, we're going to be talking about isolation and why it's important. Now, we may be asking ourselves, why should we have to isolate ourselves to get closer to God and to stop our bad habits? Because you know they say when you're alone, the urges and temptations, they come even harder because, first of all, you ain't got to keep looking over your shoulders to see if anybody is watching you. But you got to remember that God is always watching. Second, we was just talking about surrounding yourself around the right people and things like that, and taking yourself out the environment that's causing you to sin. So, a lover of this world is an enemy of God. If you want to truly change, you got to separate yourself away from the world. You got to be in this world, but not of it. Third, you have to stay focused. You can't, isolate yourself and then not do anything at all. Get into your word, get very deep into your word, pray, talk to God, be honest with Him, tell Him what's going on with you, all your bad habits or anything. And you don't have to be like completely isolated. You can have that one or two friend or anything you feel is necessary for people that are good vessels to you, that's helping you on your walk. But like I also said, be careful who you keep around you, because if they see you isolating yourself, you got those people who become envious of you, who think you becoming fake, weird, anything. But that doesn't mean, fall into that trap. And because basically when they do that type of stuff, that's temptation. That's temptation all around. Because what are you getting jealous for or anything like that? For me wanting to better myself, if I'm bettering myself, it should inspire you, or it should give you an understanding. And that friend has to be like, I understand. Go ahead and do you. When you come back around, I'm going to be here regardless. Let's do this together, if anything. Also, never isolate yourself way too long. You gotta, understand what God's trying to do for you, why He's isolating you. And when you isolate yourself way too long, you start thinking to yourself. You start answering your own questions. Trust me when I say this. It happened to me. I isolated myself for 2 whole years. I started feeling like I was alone. I started feeling like nobody was for me. I wasn't trying to understand other people's feelings or anything like that, because I wanted to understand God so much that I was putting everything away, such as my feelings, my emotions, and everything like that, and only listening to God. And yes, you only supposed to listen to God, but you still, the point of the Bible is to understand other people and how to treat life. So when I was isolating myself, I was getting into it with my own family. I stopped hanging around my own friends. I basically gave myself like social anxiety, to the point I didn't want to speak to nobody. I just wanted to be alone in this world and try to walk with God alone. And yes, I can do that still, but that doesn't mean like I have to treat people a certain way, like I'm better than them. And that's how people were looking at me, even though that's not how I was. I was trying to get away from the temptation that was already in my life to better myself, but they was looking at it as like, okay, you don't want to hang out with me because of the things I do and things like that. And it's like, no. Because first of all, I wasn't powerful enough to deny that, because we was doing the same things. I wasn't powerful enough to deny myself and be like, no, I need to stop doing this. This is why I moved around. I'm not blaming you or judging you or anything. I'm trying to become better. That's it. But once you get the true understanding of what God is trying to say to you, I promise you, you will be at peace no matter what you run into, no matter what enemy you come into, because you got to understand God is for you. If God is for you, who could be against you? And with that being said, just be prepared, stay focused, love God and His commandments, listen to His word deeply, ask Him for understanding, keep praying to Him, go hard. And that's all you gotta do when you isolate yourself. But like I said, don't do it too long. You cannot answer your own questions in this world. Because I was surely seeking questions about everything, all the evilness that goes on in this world. I really wanted to like stay away from it all. But at the end of the day, you got to understand, before you came to the light, you were in darkness. So that don't make you better than anybody else just because you are able to understand now and get out of that darkness. Understand that they might be going through something similar or different than you. At the end of the day, it's peace and blessings all around.